Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing a hidden gem tier list of the best hidden gem diamonds in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. I've got 51 cards on this tier list, which is basically the max that tier maker would let me upload to a tier list. There are a lot of other diamond hidden gems that are good cards that are not on this list. So if you want to know my thoughts on those, leave a comment. I'll try to let you know where I'd rank them. But I put mostly just the guys that I think of as the best options on this list. Before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, tons of consistent daily MyTEAM content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, 51 cards means this is going to be a longer video than normal, but I'm going to try to get through them as quickly as possible. So not going to spend a ton of time on each card. Bruce Bowen, I think, is A tier. Elite defender, amazing Hoff badges, really, really good 3&D card. He doesn't have much shot creation. That's the only reason I don't have him S, but he might be borderline S. He's very good. Marcus Camby, he can shoot, but his jumper's janky. He's fast, he's versatile defensively, he's a good card, but his jumper is a little weird. That's the main reason I put him B tier. Larry Nance is probably S tier to me. This card is really, really good. I do actually want to pull him up real quickly just to talk about him. I'm not going to do that with most cards on this list, but Larry Nance is good enough where I think he deserves to be mentioned real quickly. I wish I could get this card. 6'10", good shooter, elite defender. Very, very athletic, big, versatile, small forward, power forward option. He's an awesome card. John Isaac's also S, similar to Larry Nance. He can only play power forward, to be fair, but he's 6'11", amazing defender, really solid jumper, and good athletic ability. Very solid card as well. Kirk Heinrich is A tier. He's not the best point guard in the hidden gems, but he's very good in his own right as well. I think he deserves to be A tier. Very good defender, fast release, super solid card. Kwame Brown, I think, is also probably S tier, to be honest. Again, I know we're early in the list. There's a lot of cards on this list, but Kwame Brown is really, really good. He's got a great jumper. He's a great pick and pop 4 with a fast release, versatile defender, really, really good card. He may not have been good in real life, but he's great in MyTEAM. Marcus Smart, similar to Kirk Heinrich, elite defensive point guard, athletic, can shoot, good card, definitely A tier. Jack Sigma, I know we're putting a lot of cards very high very quickly, but I think this Sigma card also probably deserves to be S tier. His jumper's amazing, which really helps him out as the center position. Now he's 6'11", 7'3" wingspan, but he's a great interior defender as well. Off a movable box up, he's paint patroller, post lockdown, rebound chaser. So a great rebounding big with an absolutely money release makes him an elite level card. He's got to be S tier as well. Danny Green, a worse version of Bruce Bowen, really good 3&D card, but again, this list is stooped. I got to put some guys lower on the list. I think he's B tier. Rudy LaRusso, also probably B tier. Fast jump shot, power forward, good card, no doubt. The main problem with Rudy LaRusso is the fact that he's only 6'8". He's a very good card, though. He's a versatile defender. He's got a nice release. He's a solid option, but I think the lack of size at power forward puts him in the B tier. As good as Evan Mobley is defensively, I actually do believe he's C tier because, number one, a lot of good cards in this list. Number two, yes, he's an awesome defender, but his jumper is really janky. It is not good. It's on slow. He has no movement besides, I guess, Tray Escape, which is really good, but not going to do much with that when you don't have a dribble style or a good release. And because he can't shoot well, he's C tier. I put this card on the list exclusively for the memes, but Bob Harrison is a 6'1" small forward. I don't know why his card doesn't have the card art on 2KDB because he does have card art in real life, or I should say in the game, but it's still funny. He's a 6'1" small forward. He's the worst hidden gem diamond there is. I only included him just because it's funny. He is the worst of all of these cards. David West, really solid power forward option. I mean, he's a good shooter, really good shooter, actually, with a nice release at 6'10", 6'9", I should say, actually. Not incredibly fast and a little undersized, yes, but defensively he's good as well. He doesn't have much playmaking. He's more of a power forward than he is a center, and he's a little slow at power forward. I mean, he's got a couple flaws, but he's a good card. I think he's B tier. Michael Ray Richardson has to be S tier to me. There's a couple of point guards on this list that I feel like are S tier guys. Michael Ray Richardson is one of them. Exceptional defender, exceptional release. Yes, he's not an elite shooter or shot creator stats wise, but he is good. I think he's got Hoff Dimer as well. He's got a very nice release. He's not a primary ball handling point guard, but he's an elite defensive point guard. And he's a very, very good card. Jeff Green has to be A tier to me. I think Jeff Green is always really, really good in MyTEAM. He always has good cards. It seems like every single year, and this one is no different. Fast, great shooter, elite athlete, and super versatile badge-wise. 29 base badges, including some really good ones. He's a stud of a card at the power forward position. Tyreek Evans' jump shot stinks. He's still a good card. I feel like C tier is probably a little low for him, but his jumper isn't very good at the point guard position. He's super fast. He's a good dunker, and he's a versatile, solid defender. He's just a little bit mediocre jumper-wise, but I'm not going to lie. He's B tier. He's not C. I'm tripping. Joe Smith is probably A tier to me as well. I love the big, versatile, small forward, power forwards like Larry Nance, like Joe Smith. Larry Nance better defensively. Joe Smith, a little bit worse overall, but not significantly so. Still an A tier card. Very good jump shot. He is a stud and deserves to be A tier for sure. Steven Jackson. I mean, dude, these cards are so good. I mean, the lower tiers are going to fill in some, but this might be a little bit of a lopsided list towards the higher tiers because these cards are so good. I mean, Steven Jackson, he's what, 6'8" small forward, really solid release, good shooter, decent dunk. I mean, he's not quite as good as some of these other cards, but I still think he's probably B tier, right? Off set shot, off slippery, off challenger, off ball pest, solid badges defensively. He's a good slasher, fast release. Like, he's got to be B tier, right? He's a super solid card. Ben Simmons. I'm not putting him higher than B tier. He can't shoot at all, not even a mid-range. He's 6'10" power small, 6'10" point guard, the best defensive point guard in the game, quite simply because he's a great defender and he's so big. But he can't shoot at all. He's a liability offensively in a lot of ways. Honestly, this is going to be crazy to say. I'm putting him C tier. He cannot shoot the three at all. I would not probably run this card, to be honest, because there are too many big shooting guard small forwards that you could switch on to Ben Simmons and then he's neutralized. And he's useless because he kills your spacing offensively. So not a huge fan of that card. Aaron Gordon's jumper's bad and he's undersized at power forward. I do think he's actually a decent card, but I mean, the stats and badges are good, right? But he's undersized at power forward. At small forward, he's good, but I don't love his jumper. He's got a ton of badges, which is really, really good. C tier, his jumper is slow, and that's the problem. But C tier feels wrong for a guy with that complete of badges. At the same time, this is a really good list, and I don't think he's that good despite all the badges. I think he's C tier. Like, Rui Hachimura is a slightly better version of Aaron Gordon. They're basically the same card. Both have super complete badges, but Rui's release is a little better, so I'm going to give him B tier, but I still don't think he's that great either because his jumper's not that good in a position where it's really important to have a good jumper. Alex English is A tier to me. He's a really good lock. He's got Curry escape as well offensively and a money release. Carmelo's jumper. Really, really good hidden gem small forward. I have him and he's very good. I think he's A tier. J-Dub is also A tier to me. Little undersized, maybe, but he's got Darius Garland dribble style, an awesome release as well. Having that Darius Garland dribble style makes him a better playmaker than almost any small forward in my team. And he's got pretty complete badges and is a really, really solid card in his own right. But again, movement-wise, him having that Darius Garland dribble style is a big deal, and I think that's the main reason he's all the way up in A tier. Lee Schaefer. I've heard good things about this card, but I have not used him personally. So I'm going to take a look at him real quickly and see. He's at 6'7", 6'11" wingspan. Solid all-around card. Needs on-ball menace, but not bad badge-wise. 88 speed, 88 3-ball, 80 driving dunk, 84 interior, Jalen Green release, pro dribbles. I think he's probably B tier. He's not bad, but he's probably B tier. I think that's the right spot. Billy Owens, also going to be B tier. 6'9" small forward, or shooting guard, I should say. He's got a ton of size, massive player build. The stats and badges aren't game-changing on this Billy Owens card by any means, but his release is good, and he's very, very solid all the way around. He's versatile defensively at 6'9" shooting guard, massive player build, literally looks like a big out there, and a good jump shot. He's a good card. I think he actually probably deserves to be A tier because of the size. Michael Carter Williams is S tier. He's the best hidden gem point guard, in my opinion, in the game, at least among the diamonds. If not the best, he's the second best. But his jumper's elite. He's an elite defender, and he's athletic. He's an awesome card. He deserves to be S tier. AC Green. I understand he's undersized at power forward. He is elite defensively and has an elite jump shot. I mean, he's a better version of a guy like Rudy LaRusso to me. I think he's A tier. I think he's very, very good. Tom Gugliotta, 6'10" small forward. Not a bad card, but again, I feel like these lists, maybe I did too many good cards on this list. Maybe I should have included some more bad ones. But Googs is like, he doesn't have great shooting or playmaking. He is really big, but he doesn't have shot creation really either. His jumper's also bad. I think he's C tier. I don't think he's that good. Richie Guerin is super solid. Is he better than Kirk Heinrich or Marcus Smart? I don't think so. Is he as good as them? I think you could make that argument. I don't know if he's A or B tier to me. I do think he's really good though. 6'5" point guard, sorry, 6'4", but very athletic, a very good shooter, solid badges, has a movable even on a base card. His jumper's decent. This Fournier base isn't awesome, but it's not bad. With a pretty good upper, D-Mitch jumper's pretty good, and then movement wise, he isn't bad. Darius Garland dribble style is really nice, and that makes him better, I would say. I think he's A tier because of that Darius Garland dribble style. Kobe White's B tier, good jump shot, slightly worse card than Heinrich, Marcus Smart, Richie Guerin, but good at card in his own right, deserves to be B tier. Terry Cummings, also probably B tier, big, small forward, power forward, solid release, good card. Ty Debo has him, and I know Ty likes Terry Cummings a lot. I don't think he's like the greatest card though. I think he's got a couple of like mediocre areas. He's not an unbelievable defender. He's not an amazing shooter. He's just good across the board, but he's not game-changingly elite. Sharif Abdur-Rahim. Despite how much I like his Ruby, when you compare him to these guys, he's not that much better than his Ruby. I think he's probably C tier because statistically, he's really similar to his Ruby. Badge-wise, he's not unbelievable. I mean, he's a good card, but he's not amazing. And these cards are really, really good. I think he's C tier. Tyson Chandler is the best center among the hidden gems, in my opinion. I actually think he's S tier. It's him and Jack Sikma, anyway, I should say, as the best centers in this list, and I think he's S tier. I understand he's not a high 3-ball guy, but his jumper's awesome, and he's fast, and he's amazing defensively, plus a very big player build. I would probably use Tyson Chandler. I would definitely use Tyson Chandler, actually, in my lineup if I had him right now. I think he's really, really good. By the way, Tyreek Evans is not supposed to be S tier. He's supposed to be B tier. Let me drag that back down. Luol Deng. Awesome small forward defensively, fast release. I mean, really good card. I think you could probably make an argument for him S tier if you wanted to. There are so many good diamond hidden gems left is what I'm realizing, even after all the guys they've taken out. Because, like, look at this card. He's amazing defensively. Really good jump shot. Has limitless. A good shot. Like, I feel like he has to be S tier. I really like Luol Deng. I think the defense is incredible. He's got to be S tier. Lonzo's also S tier. In my opinion, he and MCW are the two best hidden gem point guards. Amazing card in his own right. 100% deserves to be S tier. Who am I going to put in D tier, y'all? Like, I'm looking at this list. I don't know who I'm going to put in D tier. I'm going to have like no D tier cards because all these guys are so good. Thurl Bailey, his jumper's not great, but he's basically Giannis at power forward in a lot of ways. Like, I don't know how he's not a B tier card, at least. I know his jumper isn't great, but he's fast. He's an amazing versatile defender. He can shoot pretty well. He's super athletic, and he's 6'11" at small forward. Like, his jumper's not great, but it's not bad. I feel like he's probably A tier. Yeah, he's got to be A tier. I'm gonna be honest, he is. Jalen Suggs, I think probably B. I don't think he's quite as good again as the A tier PGs we got. He's what, 6'5", 6'5" wingspan. He's really good defensively, but not an unbelievable slasher. His jumper wasn't amazing last year, and assuming that it's that jumper again, it's not that great this year either. I think he's B tier. Jim Paxson, 6'6" point guard, smooth release. Probably B as well, though, I would say. I mean, is he as good as the guys in A tier? I don't really know. Defensively, he leaves a little bit to be desired statistically. 65 strength. I mean, he's not a great athlete either. I think he's B tier. I think that's probably fair. Derek White, again, probably B tier. Really good defender, fast jump shot. Not the greatest athlete who's ever been, but Derek White's animations are always really good. Like, he's also super solid. He's a great defender. His badges defensively are really good. His offensive badges leave a little bit to be desired. Only 16 total badges and not a great athlete, but the defense is so good, it's hard to not put him in B tier. You know what I mean? Rudy Gay's got to be A tier. Like, I should have just included more bad cards and taken some of these good cards out, because, like, I don't have low tier cards to put on this list. And that, I guess this is gonna be a really high tier list, because Rudy Gay is A tier, deservedly so. Awesome jump shot, Pro 2 fade. His stats and badges aren't quite as good as some of the cards around him, but he's got incredible animations. He's a top tier card. He deserves to be A tier. I'm starting him in my lineup for a reason. He's that good. PJ Washington. I mean, his jumper's good. He's undersized at power forward. Is he really 6? I feel like I have to put some guys lower. But is PJ Washington a C tier caliber card? I mean, he's not unbelievably fast nor an exceptional defender. Really good shooter. He is only 6'7" though at power forward. I think he's got to be C tier. And Sean Livingston also probably has to be C tier because his jumper is not bad, but he's only got a 65 3-ball, and he's not a great defender, not great badge wise, missing a lot of important badges. So he's also got to be C tier to me. Franz Wagner, 6'10" small forward with pretty good movement. I still think he's B tier though, because his defense isn't great, and I think the cards in B tier are really good. So Franz Wagner, that's probably the right spot for you. Terry Dischinger, his animations are incredible. He needs badges, but his jumper is top tier. He's got an exceptional behind the back. He is an A tier card, 100%. Just like Rudy Gay. Stats and badges could be a little better. Animations, incredible. Markelle Fultz. I have heard bad things about Markelle Fultz's jump shot. I know that he is awesome on paper statistically, but I have heard that his jumper is not good at all. Which kills a card that otherwise is an elite defender, elite playmaker, really good finisher, and solid shooter as well. But I have heard bad things about the jumper. D-Book and dribble style is really good. If I am wrong about Fultz's jumper and y'all like that, then he's an A tier guy. But if his jumper's bad, like I've been told, I think he's got to go C tier. Dante DiVincenzo. This card, Splash loves Dante DiVincenzo, and I get why. His jumper is incredible. He is undersized at the 2, is only a 6'4" small forward, and that's why I'm putting him at shooting guard, I should say, and that's why I'm putting him in the B tier. But his shooting is great, his playmaking is really good, and his defense is awesome as well. I don't know how you don't put him at least B tier. I understand that the undersized is the only reason that I'm putting him B tier, not A. I think he's really good. Mo Bamba's an A tier center. I don't think he's quite as good as Sigma or Tyson, but he's really good in his own right. Deserves to be pretty high on this list, no doubt about it. Very nice release, good defender, amazing wingspan. He's a very, very solid card. LaFonso Ellis, I've heard good things about him as well. Pretty good jumper, kind of does everything, and I mean everything really well. He's got good speed, all-around defense, super complete badges. Every single defensive badge in the game, 29 base badges as well. Is really nice. Good shooter, elite athlete, slashing-wise, and a good jumper. I mean, solid card. Dave McDaniels, 3&D. 3&D beast is what I have been told. I know his jumper's really good. I've played against this card. He's awesome defensively, and he's got a really nice shot. Not unbelievably athletic, but I probably put him B tier, to be honest, with all the, with like a guy like Lafonso Ellis. Those are probably the same level of guy. Josh Giddey's biggest value is that he's 6'8". Is that good enough to keep him higher on the list? You could say yes. He's a good shooter. He's got good speed. He's an okay slasher and decent-ish defensively, but he needs a lot of important badges. No posterizer, no shooting badges at all, no challenger glove, a movable off-ball pass, arm ball menace, paint patroller, post lockdown, etc. A lot of missing badges. He is 6'8". I'm going to put him B tier. I think that's fair. And honestly, as crazy as this is to say, KP is going to be the last and only the second D tier card on this list. I should have included a few more bad cards, to be honest, to make the list a little more even, but KP has 35 speed and he can't defend. I'm sorry. I know it's KP. I know his jumper's good. I know he's 7'3", but this diamond KP isn't good. He's slow. He can't defend. He's a D tier card, and deservedly so. With that being said, this is a very, very top heavy list. I maybe again should have included some more lower tier cards in the list, but I hope y'all did enjoy it. I hope it gave y'all a good picture of where your diamond hidden gems might be, and there's a lot of other good ones as well. So again, like I said, leave me a comment. I'll let you know where I'd put your diamond hidden gems if I can. So hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.